Time Critics podcast. I'm one third of the Small Time Critics. My name's Mo.
Mohammed Hashi.
And of course, we still have everything Lowry in the building. Lowry, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, Larry's with us. So, guys, his socials are down in the description below. So please go check him out. If I'm recommending someone's channel to go to, it means that they got a good channel.
Oh, thank you.
So
Top
go
fan.
check their channel out, please.
Yeah.
Honestly. Thank you for being here. So what we're doing for this episode, guys, is we are doing a review for Heretic, directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, starring Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a psychological drama, horror, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Horror thriller.
Thriller,
Yeah.
something like that.
Bit of psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Religious elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of religious elements.
Yeah.
So as usual, we obviously start with a non-spoiler, couple minutes for anyone that hasn't seen the movie and they just want to get our thoughts, and then we'll get on to the spoiler review. Larry, I'll start with you because it's kind of more fresh in your mind. So you saw this yesterday, you said?
Last night, yeah.
Okay. Chat to me, non-spoiler wise, what do you think, bro?
I thought this was a great movie.
Yeah.
I for a long time, I've not had a film that when I came out the cinema, I was actually thinking about every little detail that I've watched in terms of just like personal things, how they showcased a topic that, you know, many people don't like to discuss.
Yeah.
And they always say,
taboo.
don't discuss politics or religion because it
yeah.
always ends up in, you know, people shouting over one another and not listening and not actually having an educated debate.
Yeah.
And I think this film masterfully for me did that. It managed to take the religious topic and showcase both sides in such a way that I was just like, bloody hell, like this is crazy.
Yep.
So I liked it. Hugh Grant, he's another one. I know we were speaking about Denzel. Hugh Grant is another one that doesn't choose bad things to be in. Yeah. I don't think I can recall many bad things that I've watched him in.
And even if it is like his performance
still stands out.
Yeah.
So knowing that he was going to be in this, A24 behind it.
Yeah.
Again, with those guys, with A24 as well, you're either going to get an exceptional film or it's not going to be great.
Yeah.
But at least they're taking risk with storytelling, fresh ideas. The two actresses, I didn't know much about them prior to watching this film.
One was in a Star Wars, was in The Mandalorian.
Okay.
One of this, I think it's season 2, I think.
Yeah, so it's Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East.
Yeah, I didn't know
Sophie
much
Thatcher,
about them, but boy, if I see their names on another film, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I think this movie will be spoken about for many, many years.
I like that.
I think it's going to be like a word of mouth film.
Yeah.
You'll be like, have you seen Heretic?
Yeah.
Oh, it talks about da-da-da-da. And then you go, after watching it, I mean, for last night, I was with the missus and her sister. We went shisha and spoke about it for hours.
Yeah.
And then I'm there on my phone looking at Reddit. Even the other night, the directors were on Reddit answering questions from people that have watched the film. Okay. And you're seeing a different perspective of what it. Yeah.
It's definitely a movie that will create conversation.
It's a long time a film has made me do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I really enjoyed it.
I hear that. Hashi, go on, man. Give us your terrible review.
So I couldn't be further away from you, Larry, man. I thought this was such a kind of surface level. You know what I mean? Yeah, like attack on not even attack, kind of like critique of religion. You know what I'm saying? And I think watching a film like Conclave, which I saw at the London Film Festival, the way that film dealt with religion was so much better than this film. And again, obviously, it wasn't coming at it from an atheist view, but at least it spoke about the doubts and the kind of negative aspects of faith. In a more kind of like intellectual and smarter way.
But Conclave is very much more political, though.
Yeah, I'd say that.
It's about like strictly the religious aspect. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think Heretic is more of an atheist film showing the flaws in religion, or do you think it's a film that balances both sides, showing the faith side and...
I think there's a balance.
Okay.
I think there's a
balance.
So
I think there is definitely a balance, but I believe like the atheist view has been done in a disservice from its conclusion. Definitely. Because for me, this movie, if you literally stop the film about 45 to 50 minutes into the film, I would have been like, we're on to a 4-star film here, guys. I was loving that.
So at what point of the film is that? When what happens exactly?
So it's basically
Actually,
when.
that's spoilers. Carry on.
Well,
Sorry.
Well done. I was about to literally spoil the film. So I'll just give you my kind of like spoiler-free-ish kind of review.
Yeah.
My letterbox. I gave it 2 stars. Yeah.
Damn.
And I gave it 2 stars.
Damn.
I gave it 2 stars because
Thor
the
Ragnarok
best. That's funny. I think the best aspect of this film, of course, is Hugh Grant. And like you, Larry, I believe he hasn't really picked any bad performances. I believe obviously he was kind of shoehorned and kind of put into a kind of typecasted into a box of rom-coms in his career, because he had a great interview recently where on the press run for Heretic, where he was saying like, I've always wanted to be like an actor that tackles loads of different roles. Basically, he wanted to be a character actor, and like he wasn't thrust into these leading kind of like rom-com roles, stuff like that. He just went with it. Kind of thing.
Notting Hill, man.
You know, and stuff like that. But then there's films like Maurice, which I think is one of the highest rated films on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Of Hugh Grant's. Fantastic performance in that. He's been great in so many other things after that.
Yeah.
And even like in like The Gentleman, which is a film I didn't really like.
Yeah.
He was good in that.
He was great in that.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm with. Yeah.
Again, even in bad films, he's a shining light. Cloud Atlas, a film I didn't really like. He was great in that. You know what I'm saying? He was great in The Undoing. Project, a HBO show.
I didn't.
It was on Sky. He was good in that. Again, like in regards to roles for himself, where he can kind of showcase his acting prowess.
Paddington.
Paddington.
Yeah, Paddington was the one I think that got the recent people to look at Hugh Grant in a different way.
Yeah, and he was great, and he was great in this from start to finish. He was great in this.
Terrifying
kind of thing, 100%. But this is a review. Lana Del Rey is mentioned as part of a theological...
Hold on. This is your Letterboxd review, right?
Yes, this is my Letterboxd review. Lana Del Rey is mentioned as part of a theological discussion on religion. Lol. What a time to be alive. Hugh was great. This film is an example of... This is an example of a film thinking it's smarter than everyone else in the room. Proper eye roll stuff.
Goodness.
That's a review. And I stand by that.
And you got likes on that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And the reason why I stand by that is because I don't want to go into spoilers, but the conclusion of his kind of unifying idea of what religion is, kind of thing, is so silly and so kind of like rote. And it's been done a billion times.
See, I disagree.
You know what I mean?
That it's silly.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Because I think the main thing that atheists say against religion that it is to control the masses.
Yeah. So okay, we need to get.
But then the irony of what is okay. All right, we'll get into this.
I don't even know what to start.
Oh yeah,
but also, I felt like Sophie Thatcher was also way better.
Sister Barnes. Yeah.
Sister Barnes was a way better than Chloe East's character.
So Chloe East was the one with the dark hair.
Yes.
You thought Sophie's character was better, you saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and
they were very different for me, but yeah, I see what you mean.
And the thing is, when the film, I think we need to get into spoilers to kind of go into.
All right, let me just say, I like the film. It's weird, isn't it? Like, obviously, I'm Muslim. Like, I appreciate the conversation only because it's very relatable. Like, I've had these debates with people for years, since school times. You know what I mean? So, like, is God real? Is religion all about this? Is it about that? All of that kind of stuff. The way religion was kind of evolved and the way he explained it, all of that stuff. It's like, oh wow, this is really, really interesting the way they're doing it. So I didn't hate it, bro. Do you know what I mean? But like, as soon as that, I don't know what it is. As soon as they knocked on his door, I felt the tenseness throughout the whole movie, and I loved that about the movie, that it was able to make me feel like that. Do you know what I mean? And that's obviously a testament to one, Hugh Grant's acting, and also definitely Sophie Thatcher's, because she was definitely acting differently to how Chloe East was. Chloe East was definitely scared, but the way Sophie acted it, it was just something about it was like much more terrifying. I feel like from her perspective. I don't know. But
Can we get into spoilers?
Overall I enjoyed the movie. But yeah, let's get into spoilers. You got something to say? Go on, Hashi.
So the way the film starts, two young people talking about like just normal stuff that young people.
They're spreading the word.
You know what I mean? No, they're spreading the word, but
they talk about pornography.
They talk about pornography at the start, and it's just a normal conversation that young people have.
So Magnum was on the same side.
But it was so funny. It was so funny and stuff like that. And again, it's kind of rooting the story in a reality. You know what I mean? There, because again, people are conflicted. People may be religious, but at the same time, you know what I mean, there may be desires, there may be things they're curious about. That was so cool that they went into that. And then the fact that obviously she's talking about wanting to be normal and all that kind of stuff, and then they see the girls, and then they pull down the trousers and you see the Mormon kind of like underwear and stuff like that. And it reminds you, okay, these are actual religious people and stuff like that. And even like the way like the Sophie Thatcher character, Sister Barnes, she talks about stuff in the past, and you can see that she had a past before the religion and stuff like that. And then once they get into the house and they first meet Hugh, fantastic. Again, you're right, it was tense.
Sophie Thatcher didn't really have a past. It was more the other one, didn't it?
But
Because she had like the contraceptive.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's Chloe East.
That's Chloe East is the one with the glasses.
Sister Barnes is the dark hair.
Oh, Sister Barnes is the dark hair.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sister Barnes with dark hair. Yeah.
And Chloe East was the more...
My bad.
She was the more light-hearted.
My bad.
Yes, light-hearted, kind of very positive stuff
Came
like
across
that.
a bit naive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, that's another issue that we're coming to play towards the end.
And
And again, so basically, like everything when he initially sits down and he said, "Oh, my wife's in the back," all that kind of
Making
stuff,
pie,
making
whatever,
pie,
yeah,
all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. And then he sits down and they have that initial discussion about it.
Yeah.
Fantastic, because this is great.
Yeah.
It was great because literally he's basically trying to pick holes in everything and see their reaction and stuff like that.
He's not showing his hand. Like
He's not really showing his hand,
Yeah.
and he's coming off. This guy's a very, very knowledgeable person, stuff like that. This guy literally like did a degree in it,
Yeah.
and I thought this is fantastic. And then when he goes off, and I'm thinking, we're onto a movie here, guys. And then as the movie goes, and then you see what again all the stuff with the kind of like the kind of games and stuff like that, board games, which we'll get into. Was again, I enjoyed that because again, you're rooting it in the similarities in different religions and trying to pick holes and stuff like that. Because again,
But he's simplifying.
he's simplifying it and stuff like that, which I have no issue with because again, I've had this kind of discussion like you with other people. But for me, like as a religious person, like having doubts and stuff like that is a normal thing to have and stuff like that because that is what faith is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And going into that and kind of like interrogating that is great. But then the film stops doing that and it kind of goes into this weird kind of horror film. And then a person who is trying to dissect religion, and this is where the film turns for me, is then trying to say, I found it, guys. I found religion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I found you know what I mean? The most important, the actual truth kind of thing. And then when he gets into it and you find out what it is, it's so silly.
Why is it silly though? I don't
because
get it.
initially he's saying that it's we're in a simulation, essentially.
Well, he said that could be a theory.
You know what I mean? But he goes.
He never said we're in a simulation.
No, but he was saying because like he's saying otherwise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then
It's either this or it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that wasn't that. It's such a simple thing to. You know
But
what I
I
mean?
like the fact that he was like, first he was questioning them, then he made them question their own beliefs by doing the whole belief disbelief tool thing.
But he was the crazy guy. He was the crazy guy that people see on the street shouting certain stuff, but he was just a more controlled crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about simulations and is this the real world, then it's just like, all right. But I think the way
No, you're good. I was checking the mic.
I think the way they executed the film and having him in being a crazy guy, I think that it didn't make the film for me too sinister. Because again, when you're talking about religion and you're picking holes at religion, you know, you will upset a lot of people. You can upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then having him as the crazy guy at the end, I thought was very smart because it's like, hey, we have, you know, done it.
Yeah.
But then he's just the crazy guy at the end.
Yeah.
So it's not really a believable truth thing, but it's shown you and implanted ideas in your head to further read, like all the stuff, the 12,000 stories prior to Jesus. I thought that was, I mean, if that's true, it must be true if they're putting in that film, but I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
The Monopoly board thing scene, that's one of my favorite scenes of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe last 5 years.
Yeah.
Because the iteration thing for me is the way he explained it. It's very layman's term.
Yeah.
But the way he executed that and the dialogue and how it was, the cinematography, everything, I felt that was brilliantly done.
Yeah.
I thought, the iteration thing was really well done. And I like the way that she questioned him by saying like, because he's not wrong, innit? Religion did evolve like, well, the way I believe it anyway.
Yeah.
Religion did evolve like that, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But when she questions him, is like, okay, you're saying all of this stuff, which is true.
But you're leaving out
Muslims don't believe that Jesus was resurrected. You're leaving that part out.
Yeah.
Or you're leaving this part out of this religion.
Yeah.
You're leaving that part out. So you want to believe what you want to believe, and you want to like implant those ideals in people's heads and stuff like that, just because, I don't know, I guess you don't believe in one true religion, I suppose. I don't know. I like that theological debate.
But also another issue is, in the end, we find out he's basically a crazy person.
Yeah.
So doesn't that discredit him for all the stuff which you mentioned before?
But
because the guy's unhinged.
Cool, but I'm not sitting there supporting his claims anyway.
Yeah.
So like when in the end she prayed for him, I love that, because to me it's like she never lost her faith.
Yes.
Throughout all of that stuff that happened, she still kept her faith no matter what.
Yes.
Even though she was saying like there was a whole study about people in hospital, you pray for half of them, it didn't make a difference. But it's comforting to know that there's people that pray for you and stuff like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yes.
It hit for me in a way where I appreciated it.
Okay, that's a great segue to talk about Chloe East's character. You know what I mean?
So this is which one now? Sorry?
The naive one with glasses.
The naive one, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I felt like...
I agree with what you're about to say.
So throughout the film, you know what I mean, the first half of the film, she's the kind of the less knowledgeable of the two of the sisters.
Well, go on.
I was going to say, they painted her as like she's blindly following.
Right.
Yes, that as well. And again, a lot of the things at the very start that Mr. Reed was kind of like challenging Sister Barnes, she was literally deferring to Sister Barnes every single time.
But I just think that she wasn't brave enough yet to do that, because you know that Sister Barnes, the dark-haired one, has a past where it's like maybe she got confidence from that past or whatever it is. We don't know what it is.
Okay.
But she's the one that can be like, I can take charge.
She's lived life, innit?
Exactly, bro.
She's gone through certain things. So she's, even the pornography chat, she was kind of shocked. Like, wait, you don't...
Yeah.
Obviously, she's probably done it in the past. But now she's following a religion that she wants to follow. Whereas maybe Sister Paxson, I've seen her, Chloe East's character, she may not have lived life before. So all she's known is this. So I thought that was a very good duality in the film of showcasing someone who has maybe been born into it and just raised that way, and someone who's not been born into it and found themselves in the religion.
Okay, that's cool.
There's also that fear of like there's no other woman present in the room.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh my God, what do I do? Like kind of thing. So she's
scared
as well.
So then where does all the confidence and all the knowledge suddenly come from? Where she's literally literally going back and forth with Mr. Reed.
Okay, so I disagree with you about the knowledge part. I think she always had the knowledge. She's just not using it well in those moments because she's terrified, innit? But
but then that makes no sense, because she would be more terrified that now Sister Barnes is dead.
Well, no,
and for me the bigger issue, the better actor is now.
But now she has to do something though, Hash. She has to push through. Like,
there are people in life that just waltz through life.
Yeah.
And they'll see stuff on the news and just they'll take it in, but they won't.
It's whatever almost. Yeah.
And then it will get to a point where it's just like, right, like you know all of that's going on.
Yep.
Why don't you speak about it? Or why don't you? And I think she's a reflection of that.
Yeah.
She sees all of this stuff happening, but she's in her world and she just wants to stay there until she faces a moment where she has to then, all right, step up.
Exactly.
Get the courage.
You guys are giving her a lot of rope here, but answer this question. But if you can answer this question, then I'll be interested to hear if you can answer this question. Who was a better actor between them? And also, wouldn't you have preferred the Sister Barnes to be the one that was alive throughout the rest of the film?
I think that's what the general consensus would want, and I think that's why I probably liked the film a bit more. Because because we're looking at Chloe East's character thinking, oh, come on, man. Like, why are you? And Sister Barnes is the more upfront. And I think that twist, I liked that. Because it didn't follow normal, conventional rules of film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you're talking about acting, I feel like, I don't know, Sister Barnes, Sophie Thatcher's character, I feel like it was a more subtle performance than Chloe East's character.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They were both great.
The one negative I will say is the ending of getting hit in the head when your neck's been sliced out. I think that was a little bit, but again,
you can see that coming. But again, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I didn't see it coming.
I did, because when she broke it down and then she placed it on the wall.
Yeah,
I was
it's like set up.
So I agree. I said to myself, we're gonna see that plank again.
Yeah.
Right. But I didn't think that she was gonna get up
And whack him in the head.
and whack him in the head with it.
Yeah.
Because that moment of when he sliced her in the neck, that was abrupt. That came out.
Yeah.
And no, I was like, whoa, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Because they were showing like she had the other knife
Yeah.
in her pocket, and you
Yeah.
think she's gonna do something, but it ended up and the way he did it, bro, he just.
But that's another showcasing of, you know, just silencing people.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like he like she said, you made a mistake,
Yeah.
and this whole evening you've been trying to correct it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the only way for him to correct it was to kill the most
But
outspoken
then I thought,
person.
like when he's saying the reason why she's not getting up is because she's got an eye. Is it like
Yeah, because
contraceptive
there's
thing?
religions that believe that like if you have that, you're basically not. Someone might have to correct me. I don't know what religions, but they're like you're not pure anymore, kind of thing. innit?
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why he was saying, oh, it didn't work. Her coming back from
Yes.
the dead because she had.
But that was his crazy side, wasn't it?
Exactly.
That's the crazy
Yeah,
side, and also like
because everyone sins. Nobody's perfect. Like everyone has their. You're not gonna find anybody that's perfect in this life,
Yeah.
innit? Especially when it comes to religion.
Yeah.
Like so, him doing that is kind of like you're an idiot, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I think having a crazy person showcase the whole religion conversation softens it at the end.
Yeah.
That's because you can say, okay, he was a crazy person, but there are some factual stuff that I will take away and go and, like, I was on Reddit, I was on Google, like doing so many. I was thinking, bloody hell, these guys actually like delved quite deep into certain things.
Yeah, I just wish to be fair, I just wish he wasn't crazy, because then it would have like given him more kind of credence, more kind of like legitimacy in the things
Would
he
you
was
have
saying.
preferred this to be more of a drama then?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, because again, and I felt like the horror elements were kind of tacked on. Like when they went into that basement thing, and you have this kind of like, obviously we knew he was basically farming these women kind of thing, and I was like, oh, this isn't needed kind of thing. But
Are they just other like?
So he's done it in the past. So
Done
Okay,
it,
so it's the
yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's the horror element
and
of the
keeps them
whole
very,
piece,
barely alive.
kind of thing. And the fact that he's meant to be a person who is an atheist, who doesn't believe in religion and stuff like that, then kind of basically trying to kind of show like religion is a scam via control, but then subjugating these women and doing all this kind of stuff, and then it being softened by the fact that he's just a crazy person kind of thing.
I think
And
to
it
me-
kind of just negates everything, all the goodwill from the start of the film, and all the kind of extremely great
What
complex, and for me, goodwill, in terms of all the like really, really great intellectual kind of ideas that have been shared and debated, basically.
I think I just liked it because like his motivation was like, for me at the end of the day, what he wanted to do is like the quote unquote prophet that fell in the blueberry pie or whatever, got poisoned, whatever.
But it was fugazi.
That if they get, of course it's fugazi.
Yeah.
But he wants to show that, if you end up believing that this quote unquote prophet is resurrected, you're gonna believe, but you can believe anything basically. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what he's talking about when it comes to the control thing. But she's smart enough to clock, her head moved. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not in the same position. So I don't know. I liked what he was trying to do, because I think to me, he wasn't trying to prove like ultimately, I don't think he was trying to prove, is religion real or is it fake? Is it like, can you be controlled kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? Like, can you just believe what you want to believe from a young age? Are you that impressionable? Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I took it personally. So I think that's why I liked it. So
I have to shout out also the cinematography. I think that added to that whole claustrophobic feel.
Yeah.
The close-up shots of Hugh Grant's face, and they pan straight.
Oh, bro.
Yes. You never really knew what was going to happen around the corner, and I did like that.
There was a great over-the-shoulder shot at the start of Sister Patson.
Yeah.
Where you kind of see half of his and it looks so scary.
Yeah.
He goes, can I ask you a very personal, like when he was asking the question about polygamy, basically, and stuff like that. So that again, I just wish the film carried on.
They tackled a lot. They tackled a lot of, like you said, taboo stuff, and I think this is why I think this film will be spoken about in many years to come, because we're doing it now. We could talk about this film for hours.
Literally, Even like the question of like, is there a God? If God didn't help your dad, why did he give you that disease? Why did he give him that disease?
And you can
those kind
see
of
her,
things?
that's her old self thinking, is he actually telling the truth?
Yeah.
So I wanted to, because I knew you were going to come with like positivity in regards to this film. So I wanted to talk about films that I want to talk about films that actually went into religion, and like spoke about faith in a way that like it talked about the doubt and all the kind of issues with it, but at the same time was a fantastic film.
Passion of the Christ. No, I'm joking.
Conclave, which you guys
I need to watch that.
haven't seen
I
yet.
need to watch it as well. Yeah.
Outstanding film. And Silence.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese. Now that film obviously goes into
That's the
kind of
Andrew Garfield one, right?
yeah, Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver. That go and Kieran Hines. That film goes into like blind and Liam Neeson. Blind faith.
Yeah.
Blind faith, yeah.
I'm watching that now.
Yeah.
That is-
Nah, Liam Neeson.
I'm joking.
Where you start with characters who have blind faith, but the film slowly erodes their belief in Christ and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And then at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but at the end, certain things happen and stuff like that, and their religion is either affirmed or not, kind of thing. And I found that to be a film that spoke about faith and really went into it in a way that where like an atheist can point, look, you see all the issues here and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Look at all
And
of
you
these.
don't see that with this movie.
No, because again, the film softens it, like you said. He's just a crazy person, just completely just. You know what I mean?
So you would have preferred it to be more hard hitting, so as in like if you're gonna go down this route, go all the way.
Yes.
Don't half-heartedly
Yeah.
cop out at the end, basically,
Yes.
and make him a crazy.
And as
person.
well, again, I honestly believe the film would have been better if we went for the rest of the film under the guise of like Sister Barnes and seeing it through her eyes, because again, she would have challenged him a lot more than Sister Paxton kind of thing. So, and Conclave, a similar film where there is again another actor, Ralph Fiennes, who will be nominated. I promise you
Bad
that.
boy actor.
I promise you that, because there's one speech.
I was sorry to cut you off.
That's great.
I was watching on Twitter. They got this what's it? Who defined locked in or who was locked in? And they did the Dumbledore Voldemort. Hey, they don't make him like that no more.
They don't.
But yeah,
don't.
sorry to cut. Yeah,
That was great, bro. That was great. But yeah, like there's a monologue he has about faith.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which is just outstanding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's such a great kind of like communication of what religion is
Yeah.
and the issues with religion.
Yeah.
But also the benefits of religion on a human level, kind of thing.
I
So
get you.
I'll give you 2 examples of great films in it. I don't want to be overly negative.
But we also answered all your questions and you're still not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
again, you made a good point in it. Like if it was more hard hitting, then it would have made sense. Because I just feel like it just softened it too much, and it is a cop out in the end for me personally.
I can see that point.
Yeah.
But I also think with this generation, maybe the higher ups were like, you know what, let's just leave this as an ending.
Let's not do
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Because you know how like this new generation is like, you can't have an educated debate or you can't speak about certain things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then people be ripping it apart. So
Yeah.
I think the directors were smart to, here's the film, and, and then whoever talks about it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've shown you both sides.
Yeah. They also kind of, it's almost like they spoke about religion as a whole rather than any specific religion.
I like that.
Like,
as well.
yeah, like he spoke about the iterations like Judaism,
Yeah.
Christianity, and Islam, but he never like really
Singled out.
Yeah, he never singled
Yeah.
out any of those. Yeah.
He did kind of like sideman Mormonism.
Yes.
That's the thing. Yes, there was a lot of focus on Mormonism. Yeah,
Yes. And maybe that's because one of the directors is married into it.
Yeah.
A lot of Mormon.
and that
people-
religion is so new, and the
That's what
you can poke so many more holes in that, because it's such a human like the religion was basically like a lot of people believe it was formed in a human fallacy of just someone who just wanted to be with.
Well, this is what he was saying, isn't
Yeah.
it? And he's talking about the fast food.
Yeah.
I thought that analogy was brilliant as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Wendy's is better than Rally's.
Yeah.
Where's Rally's
We
checkers.
don't talk about Taco Bell.
Again, I love that start of the film. I just wish the rest of the film was as intellectually complex as that start of the film. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
All right, smart guy. You guys got anything else to say about? Actually, what the hell was the point of Topher Grace's character?
Yeah, another issue.
He knocked on a door, said,
Gave
"Hey,
him a leaflet.
huh?" Gave him the leaflet. Yeah, I think that was maybe just to add to the tension.
Red herring, yeah.
But it literally could have been anyone.
I haven't looked into it, but I assume he must have been a producer or something like that. I assume, because again, why would they get Topher unless he was friends with the directors or something like that?
It was like
there must be some
nothing
kind
wrong.
of tangential
Why did we
collection.
need to see him mopping the floor and like?
Yeah, because that led to him seeing the
because
roster and the fact that
they
the
were
guy
meant to
should have been
clean.
back at 5
Yeah.
p.m. Because they were meant to clean. Yeah.
That was one thing I
What?
was just like, what the hell?
Quickly, was
And also, this is not my opinion.
Wait, one second, before you forget, Larry.
I was gonna say, did he purposely put the bike lock on the final door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hugh Grant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
Or he told one of them to do it.
Yeah.
One of the people
But
that he
she
was-
said that you put the key in the wrong jacket.
Yes.
I think on purpose, because I think he planned to
He
have
planned to kill
a
Thing,
one-on-one with them two at the end, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. He planned to kill because he planned to kill Thing
Yeah,
first. Yeah.
yeah.
And I wonder if the character's logic was because she challenges me too much.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I need to shut you up.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
even that one said like he's onto me, like you have to take the knife. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he knows. Do you know what I mean?
Very good
So,
point. That's a
yeah.
good point.
The Lana Del Rey point I thought was great.
Yeah,
I forgot-
and the whole music thing with Radiohead and
Iteration,
Creep.
yeah.
Yeah, again, that was
Yeah.
great. You know what I mean, and from that
I didn't
point
even
on,
know about that.
Nah, never die.
Yeah.
Never die.
To be fair, a lot of songs are like that. To be fair,
Yeah.
a lot of. But the
There's-
thing,
Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye's family always suing people.
Oh,
yeah.
all the time.
always, all the
All the
time,
time.
all the time, as it should be. This was already. This is not my opinion. I think it was a bit stupid actually. People were saying that the two, I think Sister Paxton and
Barnes.
Sister Barnes, were too attractive to be people that would be doing this. You know what I mean?
That's
It's insane, isn't it?
You know?
It's insane. They say
mad.
some people are like, it takes me out. They're just too good looking.
Yeah,
They're
That's
religious
mad.
people
But
are
I said-
ugly. That's crazy.
Sophie
Isn't that
Thatcher
crazy?
Did give me Anya Taylor-Joy vibes.
Oh, thank you. No, it wasn't crazy. Yes.
Yeah, she did give me
Yes.
Anya Taylor-Joy vibes.
Yeah.
As in terms of like appearance or the way she acted.
I think appearance and
yep.
tone of voice,
Yeah.
just her certain mannerisms did give me a little.
That's very true.
Anya
I
Taylor-Joy.
is true.
thought Anya Taylor-Joy the whole time
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she kind of like now goes on to do more stuff because
I
thought
like
she
that.
was great. I
Yeah.
thought she was great. Out of the two, she was like, I think she's the one that I can see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
Yeah.
going to that next level.
Next level, 100%. But I thought that was a crazy.
That's
take.
they're both pretty girls.
You know what I mean? But they said they're too pretty.
That's
That's
nuts.
ridiculous,
Super
man.
easy.
Certain people
insane.
online, man, they just have
It's
some
Weird, isn't
mind.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys also notice the way that they both dressed? Both modest, but still one was different to the other. Like
Yes.
one had kind of like, you know, like the socks with the
Yeah, the frills.
the things sticking out and things like that.
Yeah.
She
Sister Paxton was a lot more childish. Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't even say childish. It's just more like, I don't know, like
Sister
You could-
Barnes was more like grown up.
Grown up
you
modern,
could see,
yeah.
like you said earlier, she's had a life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's had a life, man. But
Looked like she's a veteran. I was like,
hey,
Hey, the way he clocked the scar on it, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's too
Yeah.
vigilant, man.
bro, and he's like, oh no, that's a vein.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Oh, yeah.
again, Hugh was
Yeah.
so good in this.
And he did one thing where it's like, oh, that was just a little bubble or something, and he had it on his thumb, and he just wiped it off of his trousers and that, and he's smiling at her.
They need to do a similar concept, but with like Trump or America. I know they tried it with Civil War, but I didn't really like Civil War.
We
Did
hate-
you not?
No,
Yeah.
remember we didn't like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But if someone could do a similar thing like that
Yeah,
based on America,
yeah.
I think, and with that, they wouldn't have to cop out because I think many people want that hard hitting ending.
Yeah. That would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Because that would be nuts.
Oh, shit.
What a cowardly ending, Civil War. Oh,
Oh, go away, man. Alright, guys.
What American are you?
Alright, scores STC. I guess I'll start. I'll give this a 7 comfortably. I think, yeah. Larry, what you saying?
I'm actually higher. I'm actually
Yeah?
between a 4 and a 4.5.
So that would be like
At the
a
moment,
7.5, 8?
I'd say like 8,
8, yeah.
8, 9 out of 10, yeah.
You're putting us in the same level. Oh my goodness, putting
Yeah.
us as a
Gladiator.
gladiator too.
Yeah,
Facts,
Yeah.
yeah. He enjoyed it. What's the problem?
Okay. All right. It's a
Great
5.
poster as well, by the way.
Yes, 5.5.
Yeah.
This ain't a 5 point. So someone else said to me this is an average film. So I went in with low levels and I was just like, nah, this ain't an average film.
This is a good film.
This is more than average.
Good film.
A film that makes me think
Yes.
with good acting,
Yep.
cinematography
Yeah.
is not average to me.
I agree.
This film didn't make me think enough. That was the issue.
Oh,
No.
stop it. We just had a whole debate. Alright, guys. That was our review for Heretic. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. We're done, right? We good?
Yeah.
We're good? Yeah? Alright, cool. Yeah, that was our review for Heretic. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree with Hash or do you agree with myself and Lowry? Yeah. Description down below. Lowry's socials are all there, so please go and check out his channels. Great stuff over there. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And we'll see you for more reviews. Peace.
Peace.